Hey everybody, Kip Wallace with you here for this week's edition of the Nelson Automotive Show. This week we're coming to you from Nelson Ford right here on Commonwealth Boulevard in the city of Martinsville. We've got three incredible vehicles to share with you. We're going to start off with an F-150. We'll do that with our buddy Warren Jackson when we come back from this quick commercial break.
Hi, Barry Nelson here, Nelson Ford. Remember, other dealers come and go. We've been here over 40 years giving you the best prices on new Fords and trucks here in Martinsville. Brand new 2014 F-150, the deal of the day, four-wheel drive, brand new for only $250 a month, and Sam's not included. For your best deal on a brand new Ford, come see us at Nelson Ford in Martinsville,
where everybody knows cars cost less.
Hi, Barry Nelson here, Nelson Ford. We've got some great deals today. We've got a brand new Ford Fusion, 14 Ford Fusion, loaded, aluminum wheels, all the bells and whistles. Got $4,300 off factory money, 0% financing for 60 months. That's only $299 a month. We've been selling new Fords for over 40 years. I was selling them when I was a baby. Only here at Nelson Ford in Martinsville, where everybody knows cars cost less. Another special deal, a brand new Ford Edge, only $229 a month.
And it's even got leather.
The hottest SUV on the planet right now, the new Ford Escape, only $179 a month. All right, Twinkle Toes.
All right, Barry, check it out. Automatic liftgate in case you got your hands full.
Shazam.
Hey, welcome back everybody. We're at Nelson Ford and we're going to look at the most popular truck in America, the Ford F-150. With me is Warren Jackson. He's been here since 1999, Warren.
I sure have.
You've been selling those Fords a while, haven't you?
I've been selling Fords, one of the best vehicles on the planet.
Yeah, they certainly are. And boy, would you look at this power plant in this F-150. Tell us a little bit about this. This is a pretty efficient motor.
Well, Ford has been, of course, on the top of the spectrum for a long time, for many years, as much as 33 years. This vehicle happens to have the 3.5 EcoBoost. That's the new system that has been developed in the last 3 years. A lot of other companies are looking at it, but it does a tremendous job.
And when we talk about a truck, you know, yes, you want horsepower, but sometimes more importantly, you want torque. And not everybody understands what torque is. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Well, torque is the what would you say, the power after the vehicle starts moving to move a load and get it going down the road.
So if you're towing a boat or a motor home, or if you're pulling a trailer behind you for business purposes,
you want torque.
This is what you want. It's got plenty of it.
Plenty of it.
Let's talk about the legacy of the F-150. This is one of the most popular trucks not only in America, but probably the world.
Well, the F-150 has revolutionized the industry for a long time. Okay, it's on the top of the spectrum of vehicles that you would want to consider. There are other great vehicles, but Ford has been the innovator when it comes to truck technology for all these years.
And you only have to take one look at this thing to understand why. I mean, not only does it have the EcoBoost, does it have great mileage, huge horsepower, and great torque, but it also has just a beautiful interior. And Ford really has not spared anything when you talk about this cabin and the extra seating in the crew cab, the extra cab, and you can fit a lot of folks into a pickup truck. Long gone are the days when you had to ride in grandma's lap.
Oh, sure,
when you drove.
yes.
Now tell me about some of the features on this vehicle specifically. We've got some great Bridgestone tires ready to go here, and this vehicle has four-wheel drive as well.
It is four-wheel drive, yes it is.
And we don't have to go out and lock the hubs anymore.
We do not have to lock any hubs. You just flip a switch and keep on getting up.
Now, one of the cool things too is when we talk about these great big beds, and sometimes it can be a challenge to get up in this, but Ford's even come up with a solution for that. Tell me about it.
Well, this is what Ford has done. They have created the easy access, okay, which is an addendum to the add-on to the vehicle hub. You just pull the little step out, grab a hold, and you pull yourself on up.
Now, it can't get any easier than that, can it?
You can't get it easier than that.
And I tell you what, when the wife or the husband decides to go to Lowe's and stock up on all the landscaping mulch and plants, or if you're hauling furniture, this will save your back, save your ankles, and save your knees.
It's going to do a job for you. It really
it's
is.
really beautiful. We got the pass-through window on the back as well,
Mm-hmm.
and of course we've got these added trim levels. But really, you can sort of customize the F-150 to your specific needs. You got a huge selection of sizes, dualies, singles. I mean, tell me about that huge sort of line that exists out there.
Well, you have a great line of extras that accessories that you can do this truck with. You got your bed liners, you can spray in, lay in, flip over, whatever, whatever your specifications needed. You're going to have that possibility.
Whether you own a farm and you need a 350, or you're a weekend warrior and you need the F-150, we've got a huge selection here at Nelson Ford. And what I know, you guys keep fresh trucks coming in all the time.
All the time, all the time.
I tell you what, I don't think you're going to find a bigger selection anywhere in Virginia or North Carolina. You need to come down to Nelson Ford. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to sit in this interior, show you some of the high-tech features of the F-150. Again, we're at Nelson Ford right here on 201 Commonwealth Boulevard. We've got 3 great vehicles to show you, so stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Hi, Barry Nelson here, Nelson Ford. Remember, other dealers come and go. We've been here over 40 years giving you the best prices on new Fords and trucks here in Martinsville. Brand new 2014 F-150, the deal of the day. 4-wheel drive, brand new for only $250 a month, and Sam's not included. For your best deal on a brand new Ford, come see us at Nelson Ford in Martinsville.
Where everybody knows cars cost less.
Another special deal, a brand new Ford Edge, only $229 a month.
And it's even got leather.
The hottest SUV on the planet right now, the new Ford Escape, only $179 a month. All right, Twinkle Toes.
All right, Barry, check it out. Automatic liftgate in case you got your hands full.
Shazam.
Well, I kind of feel like I'm sitting in somebody's living room more. I'm
Right.
sitting inside the interior of this F-150.
That's how comfortable it is.
It is, and you know, when I think about a truck, when I was a kid, and probably when you were a kid, we had a bench seat going across, vinyl
did.
cloth if you were luxury.
Yeah,
But we
that was
look
a little
now,
good.
and man, we've got a sunroof up here. We've got built-in navigation. We got this beautiful trim level. Cup holders for your coffee or your soda for the front and back. And we've got the transmission here. Obviously, you can sort of choose to put it down in low if you're coming out of the hole pulling something, or if you're going to get started with a little bit of a load. And we talked about the 4-wheel drive, but this is all you got to do.
That's all you got to do. Just reach up here if you need that feature. Just flip it over and then just keep on going. Now, there's other features when you have to go in low. There are some other techniques which you have to apply in order to go in 4-wheel drive low.
It's kind of nice because all the controls are right here within reach.
Yes.
There's no need to have to go over here. Some of the trucks that we see in this line, or this size line, it can be a little difficult to control, but if we sit here and we look, I've got control of all the media, the radio stations, the cruise control. I can even see my information right up here on the dash. It can tell me how far I've got before I need to put gasoline in the vehicle. It also gives me some feedback. And you know, F-150s have special braking safety features.
They do.
And they can direct power to the appropriate wheels. But when I sit in this thing, man, I tell you, this is all right. We've got garage door openers,
Yes.
ready to go, and dual zones here, and we've got power outlets as well.
Yes.
If we
And
look in the
also
center
in here.
consoles, my gosh,
You get your USB port. Okay, you get your plug-in accessories for video. You get your navigation insertion where you update your navigation system after so many years. You got everything you need.
you know, Warren, you're talking about an awful lot of technology here, and I think that's one reason people keep coming back to Nelson Ford, is because you guys are trained and you're certified by Ford that you understand everything, and when you deliver one of these vehicles, you're going to sit down and explain every bit of it.
Well, we have to. When a customer comes in, they're a little apprehensive about the new features. We have to know just as much or more than they do. They do a lot of research on the market before they come in. When they come in, they have questions. So we have to be prepared for those questions.
And the delivery of the vehicle and the follow-up is something I know you take a lot of pride in. You want customers to keep coming back
Yes.
over and over and over, and a lot of referrals for you guys.
Yes, we do.
Now, do I have to come down to do this? Do I have to come down to look at this vehicle? I guess I could go online, couldn't I?
Well, you could go online and do as much as you can, but you can't do everything. You're going to have to come in. We do take appointments, or you can just come on in when you get a spare chance. And we'll go for a test drive, go over the vehicle, and show you what the features and benefits are.
And that really is where the rubber hits the road.
Hits the road.
When somebody wants to know what it's really like to sit behind the wheel of an F-150, they've got to come on in. So pick up the phone. We've got 800 numbers that are available to you. We've got autosbynelson.com, NelsonFordMazda.com. All you have to do is just look it up, find the one you want, give us a call, make that appointment for a test drive. Or if it's a beautiful day like it is today, heck, just drop by and say hello. We'll have a cup of coffee. I want to drive a
F-150
or a 250 or a 350.
Right.
We'll put them in whatever they need. Beautiful vehicle. We've got great salespeople here who are knowledgeable about the products. That's the key factor here. Because we are a Ford dealer, we've got Ford certified factory reps here to do your service and do your sales, and we'll get you the best deal anywhere. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, man, we're going to look at one hot car. That's the Ford Fusion. So we'll do that when we return.
Hi, Barry Nelson here, Nelson Ford. Remember, other dealers come and go. We've been here over 40 years giving you the best prices on new Fords and trucks here in Martinsville. Brand new 2014 F-150, the deal of the day. 4-wheel drive, brand new for only $250 a month, and Sam's not included. For your best deal on a brand new Ford, come see us at Nelson Ford in Martinsville,
where everybody knows cars cost less.
Hi, Barry Nelson here, Nelson Ford. We've got some great deals today. We've got a brand new Ford Fusion, 14 Ford Fusion, loaded, aluminum wheels, all the bells and whistles. Got $4,300 off factory money, 0% financing for 60 months. That's only $299 a month. We've been selling new Fords for over 40 years. I was selling them when I was a baby, only here at Nelson Ford in Martinsville, where everybody knows cars cost less. Another special deal, a brand new Ford Edge, only $229 a month.
And it's even got leather.
The hottest SUV on the planet right now, the new Ford Escape, only $179 a month. All right, Twinkle Toes.
All right, Barry, check it out. Automatic liftgate in case you got your hands full.
Shazam.
Welcome back, everybody. Now we're looking at the hottest car on the market today, and that is the Ford Fusion. With me is Scott Norman. He is the true expert about this car. So we wanted to bring him out and have him talk a little bit about it. Scott, I gotta tell you, man, this is a good looking car. It seems to take the best of all the Ford lines and sort of put it together. Tell me a little bit about this power plant and this great vehicle.
Well, Kip, what's exciting about Ford is that Ford uses superior engineering and common sense. You've got your high-intensity discharge headlamps. You can see what's going on ahead of you. When you open up the hood, let's face it, you're not a mechanic. I'm not a mechanic. Okay, everything that I need to know about, everything that I need to touch is marked in yellow. Even the clip that holds my hood support is yellow. My dipstick is yellow. It tells me what type of oil to put in the car, where to put it. It tells me what type of coolant I need, where do I put that, brake fluid, all my instructions there. Bright red marking on the positive terminal on the battery. So I don't have to be a technician in order to open up my hood and check my oil and reassure myself. Common sense engineering along with performance, Ford's a great product.
And talk about this styling. We've got the new aggressive grille on this. It's got sort of a Mustang line on the hood. But man, you can't miss this car when it's going down the road.
Absolutely not. You're going to turn heads wherever you go. Ford across the entire line has gone to this new aggressive grille. It's easy to spot a Ford coming down the road.
Well, it is, and it's a head turner. When we start to take a look down at some of the lines here, you know, we've got the beautiful wheel styling. We've got beautiful Goodyear tires on there. Again, these lines continue all the way down.
Now let me stop and point something out. You know, common sense engineering with Ford. Can you get up underneath this mirror? There's a light. And as we come towards the Ford and we hit the unlock button on our cars, they call it a puddle light, but I call it a snake light, okay? I'm not scared of puddles, I'm scared of snakes. So when I come towards the vehicle at night and I unlock my doors, the light shines down and shows me where I'm gonna step. I think it's a great feature, but it's common sense engineering.
and that really is the hallmark of Ford. You know, we're looking at the four-door sedan here, but we need to talk about something that most families really don't pay attention to until they need it, and that is that trunk space. And on the Fusion, it is just cavernous in there.
It's huge. You can see the space goes all the way forward to the seats, and then if you need more, simple pull of a switch, the seat lays flat, and you go all the way up to the driver's seat. So if you have long items you need to haul inside, and you can lay down the seats independently, the left side or the right side or both.
Now, we tend to think about this in sport utility vehicles, but not really in a high-end sedan. Again, that's how Ford is really thinking ahead and trying to make it as comfortable and as practical as possible. It's another hallmark of what a great vehicle this is. Now let's talk about these lights here, Scott, because they're so important. High visibility lights so that folks can see when you're stopping. If you're traveling in inclement weather, as we have a lot this winter, that really makes a difference for safety.
It sure does. And you know, the vehicle, let's just face it, if you have children, you have gear. Ford has realized that. They've made a place to put all the gear, and they've made a place that it's safe. You know, you can be in a vehicle, have all sorts of things piled up in the floor, in the seat, all of that. You can put it into the trunk. The trunk's accessible from the front. You know, if you have a couple of kids in the back, you know, you can tilt the seat forward, even without even having to get out and open up the trunk lid. And a lot of families will put a cooler with snacks and drinks right up against the seats, and then they pack all their luggage behind it. You can simply tilt the seat forward. You can reach right in, get out what you need, push the seat back, and you can keep on going down the road.
And again, that 60-40 split really gives you an opportunity to control how much access you need. Let's talk a little bit about the back seat. Huge room in terms of leg room and headroom. But the other nice thing is you've got your own climate zone, and you've got an independent power supply if you're going to run a laptop or a DVD player on those long trips.
Absolutely, and I have to give credit to Ford where credit is due. Ford incorporated women onto the design team before any of the other manufacturers did. So when you get into a Ford vehicle, there is, in all the doors, a place to put water bottles, because everybody leaves the house in the morning with their bottled water and their coffee. In the center, there's also a place where you can put a warm coffee, because almost everybody has both. Same way in the driver's side, the driver's part of the vehicle. In the door handle, in the door compartment, there's a place to put bottled water. In the center section, there's a place to put your coffee. It's a very well thought out vehicle.
In fact, it's so well thought out that when we get inside, you're going to see some of the remarkable technology that'll keep you safe on the road and allow you to focus on the road while you adjust the volume on your stereo, the radio, or receive a phone call. We'll tell you more about that when we come back.
Hi, Barry Nelson here, Nelson Ford. Remember, other dealers come and go. We've been here over 40 years giving you the best prices on new Fords and trucks here in Martinsville. Brand new 2014 F150, the deal of the day. 4-wheel drive, brand new for only $250 a month, and Sam's not included. For your best deal on a brand new Ford, come see us at Nelson Ford in Martinsville,
Where everybody knows cars cost less.
Another special deal, a brand new Ford Edge, only $229 a month.
And it's even got leather.
The hottest SUV on the planet right now, the new Ford Escape, only $179 a month. All right, Twinkle Toes.
All right, Barry, check it out. Automatic liftgate in case you got your hands full.
Shazam.
All right, we're inside the Ford Fusion now, and man, this is where you want to be. Scott, tell me about these seats. I mean, these have really been sort of constructed to mold you and keep you steady while you're driving, but it feels like you're sitting in sort of a recliner or a luxury chair.
Multiple ways to adjust the seat. I can't imagine that there's any way that you would want the seat to be adjusted that you can't find the right spot.
I found the lumbar.
Lumbar is great. And for those of us like myself, I'm somewhat vertically challenged. Okay,
Right.
If you look over at the side on your seat belt, you'll notice that the seat belt is not just at one height, but I can pull this one control with my fingers, slide the seat belt up and down. So if I'm tall and I want the seat belt up tall, that's great. I can pull it down here and it's not riding on my neck all day long.
Yeah.
There's a lot of comfort there. And
So-
then the design of the car, one of the first things you're going to notice is that your brake pedal is not there. Your parking
there's
brake.
no parking brake
There's
there.
no parking brake there at all. But if you'll notice, there is a button here.
That's amazing to me. That's one of the things that I think has been such an advance. Plus, we've got a nice warning light there on the above the speedometer that lets us know that it's engaged or it's been released.
Pull up on the button, my parking brake engages. I push down on the button, my parking brake disengages.
How many times have we reached down to try to disengage the parking brake and you pop the hood by accident?
Pop the hood, exactly.
Never going to happen in this vehicle. One of the cool things is if you're driving and the kids are in the back and so much is going on, the phone rings, you're reaching around, you're looking in your purse, you're trying to grab the phone from the console. No worries about that here. We've got great Bluetooth technology built in.
Bluetooth, the technology with Ford is called Microsoft Sync. Ford partnered with Microsoft several years ago and determined at that time that they were going to be the technology leader. And they're there. They're there. There's simple voice commands here. You push the picture of the man speaking. It's all on the steering wheel. It's all integrated.
It's amazing.
You push the button and you speak the command, and I can say, dial Kip Wallace. No, excuse me. I would dial your number. I would call Kip Wallace.
Sure.
Voice commands. Call Kip Wallace, and the Microsoft Sync will recognize my voice, my accent, your accent, a northern accent. It doesn't matter. It recognizes and it'll dial that number.
Yankees don't have to fear. It'll even pick up that accent. One of the beauty things about this vehicle, though, is the ability to have Sirius XM radio so that you can listen to sports, news, any type of music you'd ever want. A lot of it commercial free, and you don't have to worry about losing the signal if you're going on a long trip. It's always going to be there for you.
Absolutely, and when you buy the Ford with the Sirius radio installed, of course you get a 90-day free trial from Sirius, and you get to really get your feet wet and try it and see how you like it.
Now let's talk about the handling on this car. There's a lot of safety features built into the handling. It will adjust the braking based on the conditions, and also if you need to accelerate rapidly, lots of power under the hood to get you out of those problems.
Lots of the power. This vehicle is available with the EcoBoost engine, which develops its torque and horsepower low in the RPM band. So by 5,000 RPMs, you're already at your maximum horsepower and torque. The engine doesn't have to rev as high, it doesn't take as long. Along with traction control, and traction control is a computer integrated into the car, and if it detects that the vehicle is going into a skid, it will attempt to use engine and braking to help you pull out of the skid. You know, so many times you're going down the road, there's black ice, there's a slick spot on the road, it's dark, or let's face it, we're not paying attention. Something happens, the car will attempt to help you correct that.
It's amazing. And one of the other things that I really like about this is how you are surrounded by airbags. Gone are the days of just one airbag here for the driver. We've got side curtain airbags and airbags for the passengers as well.
Airbags for the passengers as well. The leg airbags. You're very, very well protected in this vehicle, no matter what happens. And then there's also an integrated computer on the right-hand side. This portion of the steering wheel controls everything that's going on over here. I can even control my climate and everything. Don't worry, if you're not an electronics person, you can still go old school. I want the air to point at my feet. I want it to be hot. I want it to be this hot. I want my fan. You know, you can still control all of those things. But that cannot. Now on the left-hand side controls this wonderful trip computer. And you'll see wonderful things like average fuel economy, distance till empty, instant fuel economy. Instant fuel economy is a graph. It goes up and down. It schools you to be a better driver. You can see what kind of fuel economy you're achieving, and you can watch the bar graph and become a better, more efficient driver. Distance till empty, that's my favorite one. Push that one more time.
Helps you squeeze the last gallon out of that bad boy. So we can go 48 miles right now before we know we're in trouble.
And when it says 48 miles, they mean 48 miles. Don't try to go 50. I'm just free advice. It's all part of the delivery here. But when they say it's very accurate, the computer does that computation as you add the fuel. It based on your driving habits, this vehicle, all of those things, and it's very accurate.
Well, let's talk about some of the little creature comforts here. Obviously, we've got the little storage here for your sunglasses if you want to keep them. We've got the lights that are available to you. And this it really is a vehicle that is going to meet that middle need for the growing family. If you're a little bit older, I think the ease of getting in and getting out is terrific. It's not like a sports car where you have to roll out. It's nice and high. It rides comfortably, and this is really just an amazing car for a growing family or a single or somebody who has to do a lot of commuting.
It's like the commercial. You don't really appreciate a Fusion until you drive it.
No.
Fusion is something that's well worth a test drive.
So let's talk about that for a second. Yes, you can go to Autos by Nelson, or you can go to any of our websites and take a look at these vehicles, see all the features, but really what it comes down to is you got to put your feet inside this vehicle and go for a ride with somebody that can explain it.
Absolutely, absolutely. And you have to experience the vehicle for yourself. I mean, let's face it, if we sit down at a table and we negotiate numbers and we finally give you a terrific deal and you drive off of the lot on a vehicle that doesn't suit your needs, that doesn't fit your frame, and you don't like, have I done you a favor?
Absolutely not. But if you can get in this car and go for a ride, you're going to be sold right off the bat because it is just so wonderful. And I've driven one of these. I try to drive every car that is on our lot. And I'll tell you, I've gotten the most pleasure, I think, out of the Fusion, just because, you know, at 46, you know, sometimes you're looking for a little extra support and great visibility, and you've got that here. Now let's talk about the mirrors. I mean, every little attention to detail. You got the wide view mirrors with the standard, plus they're heated to keep the ice off.
That's right. Built-in blind spot mirrors, and
amazing.
You know, let's go back to the teenager in us. We got a pretty rocking sound system here in the middle. We got the CD player. We've got the input for your iPod, iPad, iPhone, what have you, whatever you want to hook into the system. If it has a cord on it, you can pretty much jack it into the system here, play it through here. If you have any problem at all hooking your iPad, ask a 5-year-old; they'll help you. Yeah, it's very easy. And
a big glove box. Let's talk about this for the ladies. Huge amount of storage space there for the glove box, 2 different levels, plus the center console storage, as you said, allows us access to put a USB port in to charge. We've also got an audio line in and an auxiliary power supply as well.
And when your phone's plugged in and charging, remember Ford had women on the design team. Right here's a nice little groove, so your cord runs out through the nice little cord groove. The lid shuts, it's not pinching your charger cord off or your input cables. It goes right through there. Your phone comes right up here where you can work it.
I don't think they miss very much, Scott. I think this is a pretty well thought out vehicle.
Well, plenty of power ports. There's an additional power port up here, so your passenger has a place to charge a phone, electronic device, and one in the back seat, one here. A very well thought out vehicle.
Beautiful car. You need to come down to Nelson Ford here on Commonwealth Boulevard. Scott, you guys are here 6 days a week, ready to have people just walk in and spend a little time.
Absolutely.
Just make that call or come right down here and see us. What a beautiful weekend it would be to come out and spend some time. We're right here across from Liberty Fair Mall. Look for the big American flag and you'll find the best deals on Ford. We'll be right back.
Hi, Barry Nelson here, Nelson Ford. Remember, other dealers come and go. We've been here over 40 years giving you the best prices on new Fords and trucks here in Martinsville. Brand new 2014 F150, the deal of the day. 4-wheel drive, brand new for only $250 a month, and Sam's not included. For your best deal on a brand new Ford, come see us at Nelson Ford in Martinsville,
where everybody knows cars cost less.
Hi, Barry Nelson here, Nelson Ford. We've got some great deals today. We've got a brand new Ford Fusion, 14 Ford Fusion, loaded, aluminum wheels, all the bells and whistles. Got $4,300 off factory money, 0% financing for 60 months. That's only $299 a month. We've been selling new Fords for over 40 years. I was selling them when I was a baby, only here at Nelson Ford in Martinsville, where everybody knows cars cost less.
Folks, we really want to send a big thank you out there to Warren and Scott for taking time to show us the Ford F150 and the Ford Fusion this week. Of course, last week we were down at Kia and we showed you some great vehicles. Don't forget about that location up in Bassett Forks, right by Highway 220. But we're at Ford this week, right here at 201 Commonwealth Boulevard in Martinsville, Virginia, right across from Liberty Fair Mall. Look us up at autosbynelson.com. You can see all of our family of dealerships and all the great deals that we have. Or just come by, walk in the door and say, boy, I'd like to drive one of those Fusions or F-150. Our talented sales staff will take you anywhere you want to go so that you'll find out what great vehicles they are. We've got great financing deals and terrific new lease options with 0 down on our Zero Sign and Drive campaign that's going to start in March. Folks, I'm Kip Wallace. I want to thank all of you for watching. Now, next week, we're going to be out at Nelson Honda We're going to show you some of those new Accords, Civics, and CR-Vs, so make sure you stay tuned.